Hi, it's Etharal here for EGN, and today I am doing a what-if scenario for our Mount and Blade Warhammer mod game, where we are obviously playing as the Samuel Morrstein, leading his own force of the Morrstein vampires. Just going to see basically a nice what-if scenario of if we were to actually attack one of the other better defended actual Empire castles. So here we're just going to get everything set up, and here we've got 111 guys. They're all most experienced guys, so we've got Grim Reapers, right champions and skeletal sharpshooters, all that our force is made up of, and we are going to see how we're going to go against these people. They've got well over 2-3 if not 250 I think around about force, so we're going to see how well we're doing. We're outnumbered 2-1, and we are going to try and see if we could actually take this castle. I think we can all probably safely guess that even though we do have the most experienced vampire count units, we are unfortunately probably not going to get very far, but we'll see exactly how far it is that we do actually get. Here is the reason why I have bought a crossbow, is to try and hopefully take out a few of their ranged units, because obviously they are mostly musket people, although one of the problems of the reason why I don't really use the crossbow is basically the fact that I am not very good with it. As you will see, I spend a lot of time desperately trying to shoot these guys and missing 90% of the time pretty much. As you can see, I've also turned on again the casualty counters and announcements so that we can see exactly how many people it is that we are losing and we are taking down. We do actually start off pretty strongly. We managed to take down a good few people. We've now gone down to taking around about one of their guys for every one of our guys. Again, not going to be anywhere near enough obviously to kill. We need to probably be killing 3 of their guys comfortably for every one of our guys that dies before we can get into a point where we would actually be safe as such. So we do managing to get up the siege tower and steadily working our way towards actually getting onto the castle. We actually do manage to make a good headway. You can see here there was a big chunk obviously of guys that we've managed to actually kill, so we are doing reasonably well. We do finally manage as well to actually make a couple of shots ourselves and take down a couple of these guys hopefully, although there has been an announcement obviously there that new enemy forces have arrived, so that is probably not good. We've managed to we've killed a decent number of their people, enough to actually be able to make a good dent in their force, enough to bring in their reinforcements, but unfortunately probably given the amount of losses that we've had, you can see we're now pretty much most of the way up this, and so we are really going to be suffering some heavy casualties at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if we were down to sort of 30 or 40 men by this point left, if not less. But that is obviously the case of trying to take a castle, that you're going to suffer very, very heavy losses. We have also obviously managed to take out a couple of these musketeer guys. We are still luckily ourselves on full health, so hopefully we should be doing reasonably okay. We've actually managed to take out a good number of their forces ourselves, so who knows, this could maybe even not turn out as badly as I thought, and maybe actually be able to take out a decent number of their people. We have pretty much wiped out most of their musket guys on that side, so with any luck that should be a pretty good thing, and we'll actually be able to well, obviously not going to be able to win, although we do have a decent sized force still up there. We are at least hopefully with any luck going to be able to take out enough of their guys to have made a sizable dent in their force. There we go. We seem to have some reinforcements of our own finally actually coming up the ladders, so they are probably going to give us a little bit of a second wind, although probably not enough to really make that much of a difference. Unfortunately, wish that that wasn't the case, and we will sort of steadily move up here ourselves. We're pretty exposed here, although luckily they don't have any archers left. There you go. You can see the number of our men or skeletons and such that are left is minuscule. We are there we go. You can see there's a big force coming up that back stairs as well of their guys, so yeah, it's not going to go well for us this one or anything. I think we are on pretty much our last legs and just trying to take out as many of them as we possibly can before we do finally actually fall ourselves. We are going to move around and try and see if we can't take out a couple of these guys, though, at the very least, get rid of their ranged guys, and we are going to see how well this goes. Thankfully, because we do have such decent armor, we do manage to take a few hits and actually survive, although you can see our health is getting very low. We've taken quite a fair bit of damage from, some musket shots pretty much directly to the face, which is really not what you want. But we're going to go up here and try and take these out anyway and see how well it goes. We actually do manage to hold our own by some miracle against these guys. How it is that they haven't taken us down is pretty much beyond me, but we're not going to exactly be complaining about that anytime soon. And so there we go, we've managed to take out all of the archers and such on this side, although do come down to see that we are now the only man left, and they are in a very, very good shape still. They do not have a massive army. They do though have enough to actually be able to block some of our any of our guys that are left. So we're going to jump in, and basically, as Samuel is going to try and just take out as many of these guys as we hopefully can. Do actually manage to take out a couple there, so we're not doing too bad. We at least they are probably going to come away from this thinking, well, that was quite a close one. They could have actually potentially lost this, but there we go, we are down. So that is the number of forces left. We've managed to take out most of them, but not all. Obviously, if you do want to see how this actual series is going in reality, please do be sure to subscribe. Look out for my Rise of the Dead Let's Play series, and you'll be able to see exactly how this is actually going in the actual, what I'd like to think would be canon version. So we shall leave it there for today. Thanks very much for watching. I've been Etharal here for EGN, and see you next time.